Hello children, hope all of you are in good health, staying at home. And I hope you are ready with your maths textbook, a notebook and pen to do mathematical activities. Now, in today's class, we are going to know about people doing some kind of work to earn money. Even you are aware that many people work, earns money to keep their family in secure and in good health. And even your parents may be doing some kind of work, like maybe going to a government office or a private office or to a factory, or doing their own self business or independent business. This lesson is also about a woman who has done an independent work based on their own confidence and how she learnt mathematics and how she made use of mathematics in her business. And that lady's name is Kiran. She lives in Patna, which is the capital of Bihar, and she had come out with her own self entrepreneur skills and she started her business. And today's lesson is the junk seller, is the real story of the junk sellers event. By knowing the junk sellers activities, we are going to learn how mathematics is being used even in those events. So, at the outset, let us watch a video under the project Girls Stars Project for India, and it is titled as Kiran, the Junkyard Business.
This is Arjun. Arjun collects junk. He works for Kiran. Kiran's junk shop is in Patna in Bihar. Raju is a rickshaw driver. It is because of Kiran that Raju is able to feed his family and send his children to school. All these people work for Kiran. This is Kiran Devi. She has been to school, so she was able to start her own business. Kiran has her own junk shop, runs a fleet of rickshaws, sells cow dung cakes and saris too.
My day starts early at 6 a.m. My junk shop is where my house is. First, the rickshaw pullers come to pick up the rickshaws. Then, 10 men come to collect their carts. I give money to each one so they can buy junk from people's houses. This business gives me time to do my housework and get my children ready for school. My family means everything to me. My husband is quite shy and he supports what I do. He's a driver. These are my 3 children. And this is Ankit. This is my mother-in-law. She's also my business partner. And this is my father-in-law. He drinks tea as he weighs the scrap at the junk shop.
My name is Rinki Kumari.
This is my younger sister-in-law. Rinki wants to be a dancer. She doesn't like going to school. But I told her that even to be a dancer, she has to go to school. This is my helper Vakil. He is part of our family. I have 4 rickshaws. I rent them out for 20 rupees a day. On Sundays, I give it to them for free. Business has helped us all. Now we have a brick house and we could even build an extra room. And as business got good, life got better. My education has helped me to run the business. Now I can take my children to a doctor and I send them to a good school. Doing business isn't always easy. When dealing with men, a woman must be straightforward. Always stick to the point and not tolerate any nonsense.
अरे कितने बोरे लोड हो गए हैं?
Earlier, I would help my husband in his chai stall, but my dream was to open a junk shop of my own. Then I heard that Nidan gave loans and I applied for a loan.
हाँ हाँ भेजवा दे।
किरण देवी का फोन था, पैसे का व्यवस्था कर दीजिए।
All day I buy and trade in junk. My mother-in-law and father-in-law help me run the junk shop. Vakil and I sort the scrap into different piles so it can go to different recycling factories. I'm able to keep track of the accounts because I went to school. I keep a strict watch on the prices just like the stock market.
थैला भेज दीजिए, माल हम यहाँ से भेज देते हैं।
When the rate is right, I call for the truck. They take the junk to a larger recycling factory.
देखो, गिनती आती है तो जिंदगी में बहुत कुछ कर सकती हो।
And I also make a small profit. People think it's trash, but there is a lot of money in this trash. People gossip about me to my mother-in-law, but she doesn't bother about what people say.
मुझे अपनी बहू पर बहुत नाज है। दूसरे आदमी लोग अपनी बीवी पे रोक टोक लगाते हैं, ये ठीक नहीं है। किरण को आने से हम लोग साथ मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं और साथ मिलकर हम लोग तरक्की कर रहे हैं। शायद मैं भी एक दिन उसके बिजनेस के साथ शामिल हो जाऊं।
हर इंसान के पास एक सपना होना चाहिए। मैं आज यहाँ तक पहुँची हूँ क्योंकि मैंने एक सपना देखा।
You watched the video. You saw how Kiran came out with the idea of starting her own business and how she prospered in that particular business activity. Now, even you might have watched in the beginning, she said that she is afraid of mathematics. Are you also afraid of mathematics? No, mathematics is not a difficult subject. If you learn this subject in a systematic, organized manner, then learning mathematics becomes simple and it becomes easier, so that we can try to use it in all our day-to-day activities. So, hence mathematics becomes very crucial in every individual's lifestyles and helps him or her to prosper in their life. In the video also you saw what Kiran's husband's business was. Yes, he was doing the business of selling tea. So, that means Kiran's husband had a tea stall. Even you might have seen a tea stall in your locality. So, they will be preparing tea and selling cups of tea to varieties of customers who come to them. So, you can also visit a nearby tea stall in your locality and try to observe how the tea stall business is conducted and how a tea stall vendor also makes money or earning from that activity. Now, let us do a mathematical activity related to tea stall. So, now let us try to work out how many teas are being sold, what is the cost of a tea and how much a tea stall vendor earns per day and how much does he earn for 10 days or for a month. So, here in this particular tea stall, that is Kiran's husband's tea stall business, if a person earns rupees 30 for a day by selling a tea, then for 10 days what is his earning? Similarly, for a month what is his earning? So, how do we compute that now? So, we know the earning for a day. So, I need to multiply earning of the day into number of days. In first case, it is for 10 days. So, earning per day is rupees 30. I need to multiply that for 10 days into 10. So, 30 into 10 gives me 300 rupees. Now, what is the earning for a month? Now, here I need to convert month into number of days. So, how many days a month has? Usually a month has 30 days. So, I need to multiply the earning of a day by 30. So, that is 30 into 30 gives me 900 rupees. Therefore, for a month he earns rupees 900 rupees. Hope you have enjoyed the mathematical activity related to tea stall. You can also explore a tea stall activity in your locality and try to know what is the earning of your tea stall vendor and try to estimate what is his monthly income, what is his yearly income. Okay, we go back to the same video once again. In that video, you saw that Kiran initially wanted to start a bangle business or a tailor business. So, why did Kiran wanted to start a bangle business or opening a tailor shop? Think over it. What may be the probable reasons for that? You discuss those reasons with your parents and teachers. Later on, what business she wanted to start? And ultimately, she started a junk business, and she started that business with the partnership along with her mother-in-law. And when she wanted to start a business, she did not have the money for investing it. So, what did she do for starting her business? Finally, she decided to start a junk business. What are junks? Any item or substances that we use at home or at office or in factories. After their usage, they become redundant or wasteful objects. Those objects can be recycled and reused, and we call such items as junks. For example, we use newspaper at home. After reading for the day or for a month, it becomes not so useful. So, this becomes my junk material. Similarly, I may have varieties of magazine coming to my home after reading them. So, I may preserve it or it becomes not so useful. So, even this also becomes a junk. Similarly, you might have been using your notebook for your class. So, you have already used it, written it completely, and after a year or two completion of this book, it may not be so useful after you are promoting to next class. So, this notebook you will not preserve it. So, you may put it as a junk material. Similarly, even your old textbooks of previous classes which your friends have been using or you have been using, after their usage for 1 year, it may become a junk. We bring milk from the milk vending shop in a pouch, and after usage of milk, this milk cover becomes a junk. So, this bottle becomes a junk. So, like that we have varieties of plastic materials, newspapers, waste papers, iron rods, brass materials or any metallic things that are there at home. If you are not using it, they can be recycled and it can be reused once again. So, therefore, these becomes junks. So, she wanted to start this junk business and she wanted to become a junk seller. She wanted to start this. For starting this business, she partnered with her mother-in-law. So, in the beginning, they did not have money. So, how do they start the business? So, therefore, Kiran went for having a loan. So, what is a loan? Loan is a money lending activity. It is a lending by a lender to a person who wants it for a certain duration of time, and after the duration of time is over, the money is returned back to the lender with some extra money. So, that extra amount what they pay becomes the interest. So, therefore, when I want to start any business, if I do not have any money for making my initial investment, I can do that by taking loans. So, where do I get loans? I may get loans from individual persons or from bank. Now, let us do a mathematical activity now. So, there are two persons, Hariyal and Babu. They have taken rupees 300 as a loan for 6 months. Hariyal pays rupees 51 to the bank every month. So, that means Hariyal has taken loan from bank and is paying rupees 51 every month for 6 months, whereas Babu has taken money from Chinilal, is a local money lender. He pays 360 rupees at the end of 6 months. So, compare here, both Hariyal and Babu have taken 300 rupees each as loan. Now, what is the amount paid by Hariyal to the bank for 6 months? So, he has paid 51 rupees every month. So, that is 51 into 6 gives me 306 rupees, whereas Babu has paid 360 rupees at the end of 6 months to Chinilal. Who pays more? Obvious, it is Babu who has paid more, and who pays less? It is Hariyal. He has paid less because he has taken loan from bank. Now, think over which institution is better for taking loan, and you can also discuss with your parents the various sources of obtaining loans and which is more better in real sense. Okay. With this kind of loan activity, Kiran started the business, and apart from buying the junks, she also had rickshaws. Why rickshaws are being used here? So, she used rickshaws to transport the junks collected from various houses to her junkyard. How many rickshaws she had? She had 9 rickshaws. For her personal use, she can only use only one rickshaw, but 9 rickshaws are there. So, 8 rickshaws becomes excess. Now, what did she do with that excess rickshaws or extra rickshaws? She rented them. So, then what do you understand by rent or renting a rickshaw? That is, the rickshaws are given to somebody for a particular duration of time for a fixed rate. Even you might have hired a cycle from your cycle shop. For every hour you might have paid 5 rupees or 8 rupees per hour for the time that you use the cycle for your riding. So, it is another kind of side business she did by renting her rickshaws, and these rickshaws was usually rented to junk collectors. Who are junk collectors? Junk collectors are those who go to every locality, home to home, and collect junks from each houses by paying money to them, a fixed money is paid for each categories of junk, and it is collected from each house and put on these rickshaws, piled up on it, and they transport it from those homes to the junkyard. So, therefore, by renting rickshaws also she earned money. Now, let us do some mathematical activity on her renting of rickshaws. So, for one rickshaw she earns 20 rupees. So, for 9 rickshaws, how much money she earns per day? So, it is 9 into 20. So, therefore, she earns 180 rupees by renting rickshaws. Similarly, if she rents for 10 days, what is the amount she earns by renting of rickshaws? So, for one day, for 9 rickshaws, she earns 180 rupees. So, for 10 days, so it is 20 into 9 into 10 days, or it could be 180 into 10, it becomes 1800 rupees. So, you can do this computation mentally also, or whichever strategies or techniques that you have adopted and easier for you to do it, you can use those methods, compute them, and try to see how this calculation is being done mathematically. So, by starting this business, Kiran's family has made a progress in their lifestyle. Earlier, she was staying in a kacha house. After starting this junk business, now she has moved into a pakka house, having electricity, having fridge, having TV, and now sending her children to schools. So, therefore, carrying out this business has helped her to improve her own self and also the family and the family's lifestyle. Now, compare both kacha house and pakka house and list out the differences that you notice between these two kinds of house, and discuss those differences with your parents and teachers. Now, from rickshaws also she was earning money, and by selling junks also she was trying to earn money. Now, let us see how she is to buy junks from the junk collectors. So, there is fixed rate that she has fixed it for each categories of junk, and based on those fixed rate for each category, she used to buy them from the junk collectors. Now, let us see what is Kiran's junk store's fixed rate on the displayed rate list. You are observing Kiran's rate list on the screen. So, on the left side you see the list of junks that are being purchased in the store, and on the right side you see the rates fixed for each of them per kg. The first one is waste paper, and its corresponding price is rupees 4. Newspaper per kg it is rupees 5, and for iron it is a metal, so it is heavy. So, therefore, its cost is rupees 12, and for brass items it is rupees 170 per kg, and for plastic items it is rupees 10 per kg. So, these are the Kiran's rate list fixed in her junkyard, and whoever junk collectors brings varieties of junks to her yard, she weighs them, and according to this fixed rate she makes payments. Let us try to calculate how she is going to purchase junk from a junk collector. Now, for example, if you consider if she collects 31 kgs of newspaper from a junk collector, now how much money she has to pay? So, the first you make a guess and then go for mathematical computation and verify how your guess is very close to the exact answers. Now, observe the table and see what is the rate per kg for newspaper. It is rupees 5. Now, how much kgs of newspaper she has purchased? It is 31 kgs. So, now how much she need to pay now? So, how do I calculate it now? So, I need to multiply the quantity 31 kgs into the price of the newspaper per kg, that is 5. That is 31 into 5. If I multiply this, I get 155 rupees. Okay, we will go to the next problem. How much will Kiran pay for 42 kg newspaper? Now, is it more than 200 or is it less than 200? Make a guess. Then go for mathematical computation. So, that is 42 kg into 5 rupees per kg, that is 42 into 5 gives me 210 rupees. So, therefore, it is more than 200. Similarly, find out the cost of 22 kgs of plastic, 23 kg of waste paper, 12 kg of iron. Compute this by comparing the rate list and multiply them and find the product. Now, if Kiran buys 42 kgs of newspaper and 22 kgs of plastic, 23 kgs of waste paper, 12 kgs of iron, what is the total money Kiran has to pay? Is it more than 600 or less than 600? Make a guess. And now, you have calculated each of them independently. Now, you add them one by one. So, it is 210 for newspaper, 220 for plastic, 92 rupees for waste paper, and for iron it is 144 rupees. So, if add all the 4 items, totally it becomes 666. So, Kiran has to pay more than 600. Till now, you have seen how Kiran has started her business by taking a loan, and also how she initiated that by having rickshaws and renting them, and how she is collecting the junks on a fixed rate from the junk collectors, and how she procures all the junks. So, in the next class, we will see what Kiran will do with this collected junk. Will she keep it with her itself, or she is going to sell it to some other junk sellers, and how things are going to emerge in the business market. So, we will try to understand that in our next class. Thank you.